Interesting. Okay, next halacha number 13. We do not call upon two brothers to be Aliyah, one after another, regardless of whether they are paternal brothers or maternal brothers. Similarly, the father and the son or his grandson. We do not call to be Aliyah one after another because of the evil eye. Okay, so let's read commentary and we explain. To what attractive and injurious attention of the evil eye, Ayin Hara, right? We refrain from calling upon this relative consecutively. Okay, this should be avoided, even if they say that they do not object, and even if the first of the family members will be called upon the last Aliyah, and the second will be called upon the maftir. Okay, so let's read the commentary and explain. Even though the maftir is not part of the regular count of Ayin, and although Kaddish separates between the two Aliyahs, we still do not call upon two members of the same family for these Aliyahs for the fear of attracting attention of an evil eye. So, okay. So what are we talking about? So if there are two brothers, maternal brothers, paternal brothers, doesn't matter. So we do not call them one after another. So if you want to call the two of them, you call one, you call somebody else, and then you call second brother. Same goes to father and son. So people jealous, people this, people that. So Ayin Hara is a real thing, right? So I mean, especially for people who believe in Ayin Hara, right? And they say, so Kitzur, very interesting. He said, even for the last Aliyah and the maftir. So maftir, as you know, it's extra Aliyah. I mean, it's technically not necessary. So that's why this was it, Baal Koreh, he says Kaddish. Why he says Kaddish? To separate, to say, okay, we had to call 7 Aliyahs on Shabbos, let's say. We finished, we did 7 Aliyahs. Now it's something extra. And that person is also going to read from Haftarah. Okay, there is no problem. So even in this case, we say do not call father and son and the consecutive Aliyah. Okay, it's very interesting. Continue. However, this applies only on Shabbos when we do not take out the additional Sefer Torah, specifically for maftir. However, when we do take out another Sefer Torah specifically for maftir, it is permitted to call up 2 family members consecutively. Commentary, and we're going to explain. Then the 2 family members are reading from a separate Sefer Torah and does not attract the evil eye. So in this case, for example, we had on Hanukkah, right? We had 3 Sefer Torahs, so there is no problem. So one son, let's say, read from one Torah, and father got maftir, 2 separate Torah. We have lifting, we have all of these things like in between, so people forgot who was before, who was now. So they say there is no problem.
All right, but when we say it only applies on Shabbos, right? We're talking about the second part with the Aliyah and maftir. We're not talking about Aliyah and Aliyah. Aliyah and Aliyah always apply.
Yes. In a regular day, for example, when on Shabbos, when it coincides with Rosh Chodesh, we have also 2 Torahs. You understand? We have, but on a weekday, when you have Rosh Chodesh, you have only 1 Sefer Torah. You read from the same place. You understand? Even it's not from the weekly parsha; it's from different thing. But we're not obligated to read from a weekly parsha on a weekday, even if it's on Thursday, let's say. Understand? So that's why they say specifically Shabbos. Similarly, if he the one called upon the maftir has not yet reached the age of the bar mitzvah, it is permitted. Okay, so so there is a very very interesting law. So in many places they allowed a person, a boy, right, under the mitzvah, bar mitzvah, to be called for maftir because we say it's extra. On Shabbos we have to call 7 people. 7 people were called, right? So we do Kaddish, separation, and then the maftir. So they say that under even some boy under the age of bar mitzvah can be called, and he can read from more prophets. There's no problem. I saw it's done maybe 3 or 4 times in my life, maybe more. I don't know, maybe more. In all these instances listed above, if they did call upon the family members and he already ascended, he should not descend. Okay, so let's see the commentary, and we're going to explain. Even if he had not begun to recite the blessing, he is not required to descend, since the requirement that the family member are not consecutive olim is due to the only concern for Ayin Hara. If he has already ascended, he may proceed to the left. So, for example, if they did a mistake for whatever reason, maybe they, maybe have different last names for whatever. Last name. So, let's say Gabai did not know that they are actually related, that they're 2 brothers. I don't know, right? Or they're father and son for whatever reason. He called. So basically, we don't require this person to go back. Why? It's very interesting explanation. So, it would humiliate him, right? Here we say Ayin Hara, it's only possibility of the damage, only possibility. But here, like when they tell you please go back or stand aside or something, like it's very humiliating, right? So we just continue with this over. Okay. Moreover, in the case of 2 brothers related maternally, or a father and son, or the father with his son, of his son, or the son of his son, so grandfather, right? In these 2 instances, if they are called upon him, even if he had not yet ascended, he may ascend. Okay, so maternal connection is not as strong as a paternal connection, right? So all of this, for example, all this, like who is going to inherit the heirs? They come from the father's side, not from the mother's side. Right? Moreover, where there is a need, one can permit this even in the first place, to call upon them consecutively. Okay, so let's see what is the need. 58. These more distant family members, meaning the person like his grandson, right? Members. So, for example, brothers related only through their mother, meaning that they have different fathers, and the grandfather with his grandson, right? So, it's you do not know that they actually relate, and unless you know. So by the names, you cannot tell that they're related, basically. His grandson may be called upon consecutively without hesitating if there is a need, right? So if there is a need, for during the wedding, on the day of the wedding, let's say, right? So there is a need to call them up, such as that there is many in a synagogue who are required to have Aliyahs, and they are all family. There is a tradition of offer of this. The Shabbos before the marriage of the groom. So people come from one side of the family, from another side. You cannot not to give Aliyah to the uncle, of course, to the father, of course, to the brother. Everybody gets insulted. So in this case, they say, okay, no problem. It's all the family, so you can give them Aliyahs.